Happy Homebrew Wednesday, folks. Ryan Patrick Murphy here, and today I'm gonna do brew in a bag. I decided finally did my testing with my kettle with the insulation on the pot on the induction cooktop. So I am able to get it to water to a boil. It's not a very vigorous boil, but as long as I keep the lid mostly on, leave enough so it can vent out. So like those hop oils and whatnot can get out. The sulfites or sulfates, sulfur stuff, I always forget which ones it is, can get out, so I'll leave that open. I got a couple things here. We're going to do brew in a bag. You need a nice big brew in the bag. This is going to be a 5-gallon batch. There are 3-gallon recipes out there, so you may not need a bag quite this big, but this seems to fit in my 10-gallon pot just fine. This is a 24 by 24 inch coarse mesh bag. I think Northern Brewer calls it the Brewmaster bag, which you buy their brew in the bag kit. You get 2 of these. I don't know why they give you 2. They never say. Maybe if it breaks, you have a spare. I don't know. I did go buy some iodine tincture so that I can actually see if I had conversion of the grain. This kit is based on a wheat beer recipe from Brewer's Best. This is actually one of their brew in the bag recipes for the most part. I believe it's 4 pounds of Munich, 4 pounds of pale, and a pound of wheat malt. And there's supposed to be an ounce of Tetnon, but I went with Willamette, which is an acceptable substitute, but it just had a little higher alpha acid, and I thought maybe I should try to compensate a little bit in case my measurements or water doesn't come out right or something. So right now, the issue I'm going to have is I may not be able to boil off enough of the wort to get down to that 5 gallons. I may end up being a little higher. I'm not sure. So we'll find out. I'm going to start off with 6 1/4 gallons of water. Then I'll get it up to about 160 degrees or so. Put all my grains in, getting all stirred up and kill all those dough balls. And then I will put the lid on, and every 20 minutes I'm going to actually check it. Give it a good stir. Check temperature, make sure I'm not losing a whole bunch of heat. If I do, I'll just turn the burner on and we'll go for it. I'll stir a lot, but then once it's mashed, I'll take it out. I'm going to actually grab another bucket. This is a great idea I read on the Brewer's Best site. I'll take another bucket, and then I'll pour a gallon of warm water over the grains. I'll put the grains in there with the bag, and then I'll pick up the bag out after I poured all the water on it and let it drain out for about 10 minutes or so. And at least that way it's on the floor. I don't have to be bent over or hold my arm straight out. I can just have it done right down in front of me, so it's a lot easier to hold on to. So that's the plan. I did go with this Munich yeast because it happens to say wheat beer yeast. It's going to have some banana and clovey flavors. I'm not really a fan of that, but I decided, oh, screw it. After I bought it, the thought didn't even go in my mind when I got it, and then somebody texted me and said, oh, hey, idiot, But he didn't really say that, but I was like, damn it. I should have thought of that, and I didn't. But oh, I'm going to go for it. Maybe my taste have changed, maybe I'll like it. We'll see. It's just an experiment anyway to figure out what I'm up against with doing brew in the bag on the induction cooktop. So, hey guys. I think I made a little mistake. It was actually the grains I'm using. There's 4 pounds of pale, 4 pounds of wheat, and then 1 pound of Munich. I think I screwed up and said I had 1 pound of wheat in there. So that's the actual recipe. And then 1 ounce of Willamette, which I think will boil for 60 minutes, and the Dan Star Munich yeast. So make sure I just got that. Just want to make sure I got that recipe right. All right, temperature is up to 159 degrees. Just take the lid off here for a few minutes. I'm going to place my grain bag in there now. Seems just tight enough. I don't think I need to put any clips on it. I have the induction cooktop set to 140 degrees now, just keep things just a little warm on the bottom, but it shouldn't scorch anything. And I'll probably still shut it off. I've got my trusty mash paddle. It took about 55 minutes to get up to this temperature on this cooktop. Let's pour in some grains. I'm going to put my thermometer on here so I just have an idea what's going on. Although this is not a very precise thermometer on this one. About 9 pounds of grain in here, so this takes a little bit longer than I'm used to. Make sure no dough balls. I'm going to actually shut off the cooktop because I think the water's plenty warm, and I think we'll end up keeping the temperature up. Doesn't look like too many dough balls. Well, I think there's a little too much water, but maybe not. So the cooktop's off, but it still runs a fan a little bit just to cool itself down. Trying to get the temperature down to about 152. It looks like we're still running a little hot. I'm gonna put the calculator, the thermometer in here. A good thermometer. Alright, the burner's kicked off, and this thermometer is saying we're 152.4.6. Alright, we're still going up a little bit. I'm going to say that's close enough. The other thermometer I normally use is 160, but so we definitely have one of these guys is wrong. We need to calibrate it, apparently. But usually this guy's proven to be more wrong on occasion, but I've used it and had a pretty successful mash, I thought. So we're gonna go with the digital one this time. Take my mash paddle out. Put the lid back on and we'll wait an hour. Actually, every 20 minutes I'm going to check on it. That's per the instructions. So, see you. Well, I need the blanket on here because it looks like we lost a couple degrees in the 20 minutes. So we'll try this, see if it holds the heat in better. Alright, I'm going to just get a little spoon full of the mash water. And we'll see if we have any conversion. I need to... There we go. Put that back on. A little bit of the wort in there. Huh? Well, I don't know if you can see that. It didn't turn purple, so I think we're good. So good deal, no purple. Alright, now I don't have enough cameras to record all this, so the next part I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bag out of the kettle and I'm going to put it into this bucket. So, see if we can look at the messy brewery here. Then I'll pour a gallon of warm water on it. If I can lift it. Oh boy. If I'm going to keep doing this, I'm going to have to do some curls. This is heavy. Holy cow. Alright, go for it. Okay. So we got into the bag, or into the bucket. I think you can see that. There, really seeing the messy brewery here. I'm gonna take this gallon of water, I'm gonna just dump it on here. And hopefully I don't get too much of the top of the bag in. And I've never seen one do it this way before, so I'm giving it a shot. Tried something new. Let's see, I'm going to try to get the kettle back up to, at least try to get it to boiling. See, now this I can hold a lot easier. A lot of steam coming out of there. Maybe that water may be a little too warm. Let's try and go for, it says just warm water. It didn't give me a temperature, and I try and go for like 170, but it may have gotten a little hotter than that. I gotta find another bucket to put this in. There we go. This thing about home brewing, you always have enough buckets. Or you should. You should always have enough buckets if you're home brewing. Now I made sure to clean this bucket out. What's dripping out, I will dump it into the kettle. Now the instructions said also to let this drain for 10 to 15 minutes, so we'll just see what happens here. There's a lot of good liquid coming out. I'm making, I'm just holding on to the bag. I'm not going in there squeezing it too much, I'm not trying to squeeze it, I should say. Alright, got my drainage water, which there's actually a good amount of water in here that drained out. So we still got a whole gallon in there, so I'm gonna just dump this in. And hopefully we'll be able to boil a lot of this off. Now I am a little nervous about this instruction doing it this way because now I could potentially oxidize my wort doing this, so hopefully everything comes out alright. I'll bring it back when we start getting boiling. Well, I just added the ounce of Willamette hops in. Let's start 60 minutes. I'm sorry I forgot to put that on there. Looks like we're having a somewhat vigorous boil, so I'm not going to I don't think I'm going to boil too much ahead of time, or actually at all. We'll leave it open just a crack to make sure all the sulfur or whatnot can get out. We didn't lose too much heat when the temperature or when the lid was taken off. Let's see if we can just get a quick look. So it's boiling alright. Well, you all know how the rest of the process goes, so I'll catch you later. Well folks, we're here at the chilling stage. Sorry for the dishwasher running. Had to wash the beer glasses, okay? But I believe this whole project started about 4 hours ago. So even though it's brew in a bag, it still takes about as long as a normal all grain day, I'd say. It might be a little shorter. My wort chiller seems to be chilling this volume of liquid down, which, by the way, I have no idea what the volume is at yet because my pot doesn't have any markings. Right now it's at about 80-some degrees according to that particular thermometer. I may go grab the other one and check it. But this chiller is probably better for a partial boil. I've never used it on a full boil. I've never done a full boil here, so it's really exciting. I won't know what the volume is until I get into a fermenter and we can see what's going on. And I'll show that. So hopefully it's 5 gallons and not too much more. Maybe it'll be 5.5. That would be a big deal. I did a pre-boil gravity check with my refractometer, and the estimated was about 1038 to 1040, which is pretty perfect considering the beer I think is supposed to be 1040 to 1044. So if we boil off enough, we should have good gravity. We should be right at the target, which is awesome. So far things have been going pretty well. I may run into an infection issue though, with how long this chilling is taking. Because when I put on the counter here, I put the pot on the counter. When I came over with the chiller, I hit the cabinet on the way down. I didn't break the cabinet or anything, but now the cabinet door wasn't sanitized or anything. So hopefully we get this chilled down pretty quick. I'll pitch the yeast, and the yeast will hopefully just take over. Like I said, I'm using this Unique wheat beer ale yeast. So hopefully this is pretty good stuff. Let's see, it's Best By 6, 2016, so it's fairly new, I guess. I mean, it's not expired yet. All right, we're filling up the carboy, guys. We're filling up the carboy. Check it out. We're putting some wort in there. Let's go see what's left. Look at that, really clear. Really, really clear. I know the camera didn't show it very well. Very pale color. Not enough light here. Let me turn the light on here. I decided to keep the chiller in while I was putting it in the carboy so it would help chill whatever was left. That seems to be working for me. Let's see if I can find... I may have put the damn measurement thing on the wrong side. No, it's on the right side. So we're almost up to 4 gallons there. Hopefully we can get another gallon. I'm not sure I boiled that much off. Oh. Alright, I'll go deal with this. Alright, we got it in there. I did leave quite a bit in the kettle. I mean, it was mostly hot material, which I did suck a lot in here. But it got us up to the 5 gallon. I just got right above the 5 gallon mark. As you can see, I have some cold break stuff. There's some hot material in there. I'm not too worried about it. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna add the yeast. Try to sanitize it here quick. Yeah, get my scissors sanitized as well. My post-boil gravity came out the same as the pre-boil, so I may have not have sucked something up, or I don't know how that's even possible, but my refractometer may need adjusting or something. I don't know. That was weird. Let's put this in here. Now I realize I did forget to shake this up and aerate it. Normally I don't have to worry about that because all my other beer I make I have to top off. And this one I didn't, so I forgot to do this. So there's no oxygenation at all. So we'll just give them a good shake. Even with, it's not going to hurt the yeast too much. Normally I like to let them just sit and chill out and do their stuff on their own time, but I got to make sure they have some oxygen, otherwise they're not going to work real well at all. So give it a good shake. You guys have seen me do this before anyway with my other beers anyhow, so it's not nothing new. Yeast is probably all mixed up in there now. It should be. I don't see it anywhere. But happy Homebrew Wednesday. Thanks for watching. I'll let you know when this comes out to taste. So I'll do a taste video. Cheers. 17. Oh, one more thing. I did find a beer to drink. It's not homebrew, but it's Summit Oktoberfest, so it's pretty good. So cheers, 17. We'll see you next time. Alright. That's a Surly Bender there. And here's the wheat ale. Ooh, looks like a little pressure there. Looks a little off kilter. Oh, we'll probably be alright. You can see all the action going on in there. Wow. It's just the Munich yeast. Wheat beer yeast. I can smell the CO2 and all the goody coming out of there. This is over 12 hours, probably about 16 hours or so. But last night around midnight or so I checked, and you could see some stuff kind of floating around inside, kind of like that, but a little different, not as vigorous yet. So it took off. It looks like I'm making beer for good all grain. Hopefully it comes out good. I'll be able to do this more often then. Well, probably won't totally give up on extracts, but or mini mashes, but and now I just had another technique to add to my toolkit. Hey folks, I just want to give you a quick recap of the brew session. Like I said in the beginning, this was just a Brewer's Best Brew In A Bag. I didn't actually buy it from them. I looked at their website because I just got in the mood. I said, I'm going to try it out today. And so I went and looked online, found the recipe. I think they're a very interesting procedure that they have there, and that's exactly what I did in the video. I did swap out the hops. They suggested Tetnong at 60 minutes. I went to the brew shop. What they had there was about 2.4%. I decided to substitute with Willamette, which my brew shop has a little substitution chart thing. Tells you what hops can be substituted. It's kind of cool. I need to get a copy of that. But so I went with Willamette. It was about 3.4% alpha acid. Just in case, I just want to make sure I had a little bit of flavor in there or something, which really it's all bittering addition anyway, so it probably wouldn't matter too much. Brewer's Best doesn't tell you what yeast they used, and so I was trying to figure out what yeast, and I just happened to see this one that said wheat beer yeast, and it's supposed to be a German wheat beer. So if you want to go make the real recipe, go to brewersbestkits.com and hit the ingredient kits and go to the last page. There's 4 pages. Go to the last page that has all the Brew In A Bag. Click the German wheat, or go find it online and actually order it from them. I'm sure they'd appreciate that. Good folks at Brewer's Best there. I've contacted their support when I've had to mock one of the recipes before, and they'll help you. They'll reluctantly help, but they help, which it says a lot about them. I do like their products, and I do buy their products when I can. I just can't get their Brew In A Bag kits locally, so that's why I took it. I'd say, don't always steal recipes from places. Buy from them every once in a while, at least. Gives them some credit for the work that they do. You make some great beer. I did find some homebrew, so this Homebrew Wednesday does have some homebrew in it, folks. This is the BSG's, I think they call their kits the True Brew kits. Pale Ale. I think it's K24 or something like that. They put little code numbers on everything. I can't remember if I did a tasting of this. Well, I did last week with the first runnings from it, I guess. And it wasn't good that first glass, but the next few glasses have been pretty good. For a beer that's supposed to be only 13 IBUs, just have kind of good, nice tropical flavor to it. There is some I don't like. There's the bitterness to it that I don't like. There's a kind of almost like old hop or something. I don't know how to put it, but I'm guessing it's from the pre-hopped LME. So, but the Cascade edition in there does, for the most part, cover it up. But I do still get hints of the other thing. But it's a decent beer. I probably wouldn't brew it again, but if you're looking for something to try, go for it. But it's not a bad beer. I'm not like choking it down, trying to drink it. It is somewhat refreshing. So, cheers everybody. Have a great week, and don't forget next week will be Homebrew Wednesday number 100, and I'm hoping I can get some footage of the Iowa Brew Mafia meet. That's right. This upcoming weekend is the IBM meet in Des Moines, Iowa, and we will be having one heck of a time. So hopefully I get some footage of that. Maybe we'll all have a sit down. Also, the other little show I've been kind of working on this month in brew or beer. I think it's this month in beer. Hopefully we'll have an episode of that too. We'll record it this weekend. So cheers everybody. 17. Have a great week and keep brewing good beer.